All right, that's not as good.
So Tiana dies, the Mammoth Spider dies, the Knight dies, the Goblin Chain Whirler, the only thing remaining, and another threat here, another lethal threat that Ward has to face off. And it's not going to be able to, it's not enough here for Peter Ward, who has to scoop him up, and they're going to game 3 as well. Stepjan Susic and Peter Ward now.
That was not
also
the right
equalized.
instant.
No. He needed that Pierce the Sky. That could have been brutal, huh? Once again, intermittent interruptions are affecting some of our viewers. We are aware of it, and we do apologise. Please do stick with us. We thank you for your patience and understanding as we continue to iron out these technical difficulties that we're having. And we move back over to Panagiotis Papadopoulos against Matthew Fulks. Tempest Jin now. 3 mana 3/3 flyer, 3 mana 3/4 flyer, I should say. Raph, not a bad one. But a Mammoth Spider's doing a decent job of holding it off for now.
Yeah, Matthew has a lot of bounce spells, so a single spider is not going to hold the Jin for too long. So if Papadopoulos has another spider to play, that would be a pretty terrific play.
Spiderino gets in here for a couple of points, and it's called the Cavalry now. This card's terrific.
A good tempo play here because it's possible that Matthew's holding a Blink of an Eye with the 4 mana open, and had he played another spider, that would have been an easy target.
Blink of an Eye is in Matthew Fulks' hand, and he's going to use it as a Doomblade, which is fine. Especially considering if he's got a second red source, we're going to see a Siege Gang Commander come down. Needs that mount, though, finds it as well. Plays the wrong land.
No, it's to pump the Jin.
Oh, sure. Okay. Gets it up to a 4/4 here. And casts Adler's the Cinderwind.
Very good draw.
All right. Matthew Fulks here, firing on all cylinders. He's very firmly ahead, you'd have to say. And that Mammoth Spider's going to have to just chill a little bit. No, says Papadopoulos.
Calm the form.
Okay, Matthew Fulks here. Nerves perhaps getting to him a little bit. He's got something to do, and it's going to be a Merfolk Trickster.
A Trickster.
So tap the Spider. It's not attacking. And no attacks now for Papadopoulos with the Knight, or is he considering it?
Calm the form, my wife would say.
Calm the farm?
Calm the form.
Well, I don't think she'd say that. She'd say calm the form.
Calm the form.
Calm the form. You're getting too forced. It's not so hard.
Yes.
Monica, of course, a South African.
Yeah.
By way of Portugal as well, so...
Yeah. We would not say that in Portuguese. But
No. So, folks, now another island for him if he wants to continue to pump this Jin, or he can commit further to the board with a Siege Gang Commander, usually a game-winning play in many situations.
There's no downside to playing Siege Gang Commander against an Orzhov against Abzan deck. So I had Orzhov in mind.
Oh yeah, sure.
Against an Abzan deck, there's no Infest-like spell.
There's no like Chain Whirler type effect.
There's no Chain Whirler. Yeah. In these colors, you have Urza's Urnos Blast, but you would need a legendary creature or a planeswalker. And I think that's pretty much. Oh yeah, there's another card, but it costs 2 black and takes a couple turns. In the form of Phyrexian Scriptures.
So 6 mana, and we're going to see in Bolus's clutches on the Icy Manipulator.
This is not looking good for Papadopoulos.
Can I have that? Says Matthew Fulks, and he's got one of the best uncommons in the set in the form of Icy Manipulator. Very, very high on the Frank Carsten aggregate pick order list there. I believe it came in at, it was one of the top colorless cards, I believe. Outside of something like Khan, I think. Number 1 artifact from memory. Continue. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, you're right. I should. Please go on, please. Number 1 artifact. So Shell comes a little late now. Because you, Planeswalker, you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof.
Now, for all the pressure that Papadopoulos is under right now, he is actually playing for the match because Alexa Telerov has beaten Fabrizio Interi in straight sets, 2-0. So Papadopoulos, if he can get over the line somehow here, then he'll take his team all the way to the top 4. Matthew Fulks is going to do everything he can, and Shalai, the voice of plenty, the only target for that Academy Journey Mage.
Tap the Spider as well.
So tap the Spider with the icy.
for 7.
Big attack here with the Tempest Djinn and Adelis, the Cinder Wind.
These tempo plays are just too good.
We haven't seen the Siege Gang Commander, which is this enormous game-winning bomb. Matthew Fulks is like, hey, I don't need it.
He's on 15. He's in no rush.
No.
For now, he's trying to close the game as fast as he can. But if the game goes longer, no worries.
Papadopoulos now broken bond. He's going to give him his Icy Manipulator back here. See if Fulks has anything to say about it. He does not. In Bolus's clutches. Heads to the bin. And a Corrosive Ooze.
The problem now is that the Spider can't, like, the Spider is going to chump block the Djinn.
Yeah. Yeah, that Djinn is just huge now. And now we're going to see Siege Gang Commander with enough mana to activate as well. So, tick-tock. Papadopoulos running out of time very quickly. Corrosive Ooze hits the bin. Here comes the attack. Can Papadopoulos do enough to keep himself in it? He cannot. And Matthew Fulks saves his team's hope. And it's going to come down now to Stepjan Susic and Peter Ward.
Exciting.
It's an exciting game and an exciting match here, and you see both players getting up and moving across to the third table. We're going to do exactly that as well, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to get up and we're going to stand up and go there.
That's what we got to do, Raph. Let's just get up and go, man. We got to get across what's going on table number 3, as Matthew Fulks is rather forlorn deck sitting there by itself.
And
so here we are.
Audio. No, never mind.
Let's check in with what's going on here. Looks like we've got a Caligo Skin Witch in addition to a Saproling token on the side of Pete Ward, and some much more aggressive permanent placement here from Stepjan Susic, and a much more aggressive looking board. Knight of New Benalia, Davenon Trapper, and a Bloodstone Goblin as well.
It's only one card in the Susic hand.
Looks like he may have had to discard a couple to the Caligo Skin Witch. Ward opting to go for the traditional 90-degree tap rather than, well, it was about 45 degrees before, maybe 50.
2 white mana. You're not scared of much here. Is the Unicorn. Another Knight of New Benalia.
2 mana. It is.
Oh, that's the best of them.
A Knight of Grace. So another Knight enters play.
This is the worst situation for the white-red player. You have all these really bad creatures in play.
Yeah.
You have 5 lands, and you know you've been drawing a lot of spells already. It's 9 spells for 4. 9 spells for 4 cards, for 5 lands, and you know you're gonna draw more lands. So every land you're gonna draw is gonna be a huge setback.
Triumph of Jared the play now for Susic. Going to tap down the Grun, the Lonely King, with a Davenon Trapper. And a +1/+1 counter is going to be chucked on to, looks like, the Knight of New Benalia here. It could, of course, be the Knight of Grace, given the Caligo Skin Witch on the side of Peter Ward.
I think the Knight is probably better.
I think the Knight is better too.
Or the Trapper. The Trapper is actually... Putting on the Trapper is probably better. So now he can attack with the Trapper, the Knight, and probably, like... all these creatures, because he doesn't want to lose the Trapper, I think. Because if he attacks the Trapper, Peter Ward can double block. If he puts it on the Trapper and attack with the Knight, the Trapper, and oh well,
just slam with all of them.
Right.
Slam with all of them. So the 2 Knights getting in there. Knight of New Benalia, Knight of Grace. In addition to that Davenon Trapper and the Bloodstone Goblin. All of them coming across here, and Ward has to line up the blocks.
Alright, he's forcing the double block on the Trapper. So he would take 4, 7, 8, 9. Would be down to 5. Is there a better block here?
Ward, of course, tapped out to deploy that Grun, the Lonely King.
That was an exceptional draw. Try from Jared.
Did a lot of work.
That did so much work.
Davenant Trapper is quite unimpressive on the face of it, but then just seems to put itself in positions to just win and win and win. And Ward respects it as well.
It allowed him to tap Grun, to pump his Knight of Benalia, who's now something to be reckoned with. Because next is going to be 5-3.
Yep.
So
Can
we'll
go up
trade
against
with
Grun. Yeah.
But Grun's going to... Is he going to attack for 10 here?
Yeah, Grun looks like Grun can get in here.
Peter's on 5. So...
Probably not.
Well, he doesn't need much. Because he can still attack. Oh no, he needs another creature. If he has a creature, he can attack with Grun.
So Ward. Got to come up with some action here. He does have, he's got some cards in hand. He's got 3 of them. He can find his way forward here.
Knight of Benalia will, in 2 turns, if Peter does not have an answer to the Knight of Benalia, then I'll do Benalia. It's going to be 5-2, 5-3, flying, Vigilance, Lifelink.
Yeah.
And Peter's on 5.
It's going to be tricky.
So that card was definitely the big deal last turn. That was, I don't know if there was a better card to draw, but that was definitely a really great draw.
Well, here's the Mending of Dominaria. So a Saga
I was
for
about
Ward.
to call it. I was about to call it. He's going to mill a Mammoth Spider.
He did exactly that. Plays a land. And another blocker here in a Calico Skin Witch.
Is he attacking for 10?
Ward now with the decision. Does he send in the Lonely King? Doesn't look like Grun is going to get busy this turn.
Does he want to take the risk? Or does he think the game is on his side here?
Okay, he's going to do it. In comes Grun, the Lonely King. Double that toughness and power.
Any removal would be good, I think.
Susic off the top. What can he find? It's a Plains.
It has to be a lot of lands now.
So, pumps up this Knight of New Benalia. Knight of Grace, a 3-2 because of the Calico Skin Witch. Bloodstone Goblin, a 2-2 because it's a bad card.
So now it's up to Susic to actually draw removal for the Spider. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
So, in they come. Get in with that Knight of Grace. Get in with that Knight of New Benalia. The Knights on the charge. Just as we ought to be. And Ward now. He's going to have to block.
Just jump the 5-3. Take 2. Take 3. Oh.
Susic confirms the attacks. Ward now. Ward's he going to do?
Now, Susic can also draw a kicker spell to win the game. Kicker spell or removal for the win, I think.
Does have to block here, though. Ward is priced into blocking. Otherwise, he is absolutely dead ski.
I would expect him to block the Knight, and that's it. Keep the other one.
Which Knight is that?
The Knight, one of them.
One of them?
The bigger one.
Okay.
Well, if it doesn't block the Knight of New Benalia, he's just dead, so... He's on 5. The Knight of New Benalia is 5-3.
5-3. Yep. So he's probably going to not block the Knight. Yep.
And block a Knight. Block and not block the Knight.
What a mighty card.
Family reunion for O'Reilly here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For many Dominarias, coming home because they've been playing Magic for donkey's years, and so many of the early sets were, set there, and it's such a nostalgia trip. For me, just full of Knights, and I love it. Like a big old family reunion. Can't get enough of it. So we can line up blocks against both of these creatures here, protect that life total, and Peter does his best to ward off that aggression here. Back over to him now. Song of Freyalise. Sorry, the Mending of Dominaria. Bins 2 more creatures, or bins 2 more cards here, and he gets to regrow a creature.
So most likely the Spider, if that's not what he did last turn.
So, Ward. What has he got in hand? At least we know Mammoth Spider. Something like an Eviscerate would seal the deal on the spot. That Grun can get through for 10.
Oh, never mind. The kicker spell would not have won because Peter is going to attack with Grun here.
Eviscerate on the Bloodstone Goblin. Grun the Lonely King attacks for 10,
Never
and
mind.
Sausage has to extend the hand. Matthew Fulks, Fabrizio Anteri, and Peter Ward have made it into the top 4 of GP Bologna after a very, very hard-fought victory against the trio Papadopoulos, Telerov, and Sausage. I tell you what, they gave it their all as we welcome you back to the booth, but not quite enough for the trio on the left-hand side of the screen. But
I lost my tie during that match.
The British boys on the right have got the job done, Raf, after a pretty tumultuous back and forth across those 3 games there.
Absolutely, that was the Alex Telerov's Esper deck was incredible.
It was bonkers.
We only saw one of these games, but that was Karn in Bullis Clutch.
Yep.
Unfortunately, his teammates did not quite have the same success.
Couldn't pull their weight in the same way, but all the same, congratulations to Fabrizio and Terry, Matthew Fulks, and of course Peter Ward, who have managed to get themselves in the top 4. We have one more winning in coming your way. Time Walk Magic is coming up after this break, so stick around as we crown the final competitors in our top 4 here at GP Bologna. Let's get to it. And welcome back to the booth here at GP Bologna. My name is Riley Knight, and this is Raphael Levy, the French Hall of Famer. And it is time, my friends, for us to seal the deal with our top 4 here at the end of the Swiss portion of this tournament. Round 14 is almost behind us. We have one more match to bring to you. We're going to get into one right now with some time walk magic. We do have Sveinung Bjornerud, Andreas and Espen Nordahl facing off against Andre Rutar, Robin Dola, and Davor Detechnich. And Raf, this one, once again, a clean win and in.
For all the marbles.
For all of those marbles.
The Slovenian team playing against the Norwegian team.
Norwegian team. From the frozen waste to the north, Sveinung Bjornerud and the Nordahl brothers. You will have heard of Sveinung Bjornerud, even if it is only passively. He's one of the statisticians of the game. And so every time you see this percentage or this number or anything on Twitter, chances are it's been generated by Bjornerud and his number crunching. Right now, however, his teammate Andreas Nordahl is under siege from an Adeliz, the Cinderwind.
Amazing work he does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should get across his Twitter account if you haven't already.
Spreadsheet with a bunch of information.
Oh, he loves those pivot tables.
Gathered over, I don't know, many, many years.
And right now playing for a berth in the top 4 of GP Bologna. The format, of course, team limited. It's the first major outing of Dominaria as a limited format. And I tell you what, a breath of fresh air after 6 months of Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan. A very, very different ball game now.
Now longer games, more action.
Yep. Less swingy starts, I would say. You got a bit more of a chance to get your teeth into a game of real magic here with Dominaria, and so far it's been terrific. Dola following up an attack with this Cinderwind now.
Two-headed giant.
That's going to be a two-headed giant. Not a fan of the name of this card, Raf?
Not really. It's missing its two-headed giant of Dominaria.
You wanted like an honorific, right?
Yes, something else.
Two-headed giant of the Frozen Mountains or something like that.
Would be too long, maybe.
Yeah. Have you seen, like, for example, Stormbreath Dragon in Italian?
No.
Because it is, in Italian, it is literally dragon of breath that has storm or whatever, right? And the writing is tiny. It's tinier than the text for the title of Stormbreath Dragon. A Grand Lord, Warlord Radar as well in Italian. The text in the name box is smaller than the rules box. It's insane. Academy Drake now. On Windrake mode. And Nordahl is continuing to develop his board here. Back over to Nordahl.
Tapping the two-headed giant with the trigger of a Devenant Trapper, triggered by Zahid, Djinn of the Lamp. Looking for 6 damage. Is he going to trade the Academy Drake for a Knight? The Relic Runner is unblockable due to its trigger.
So big attacks now. And now, Dola needing to figure out what he's going to do about this attack here.
I think it's not much about whatever is attacking. It's whatever he's gonna do next, because this 5/6 flyer is it's threatening.
Yeah, problematic to say the least, for sure.
He always casts for 6 mana. It doesn't have to cost 4 to be good.
Still good as the old Mahamoti Djinn.
Mahamoti Djinn, yeah.
So now Dola. Difficult position for him.
So he could decide to bounce the Djinn, but then he's gonna come back and trigger the Trapper and the Relic Runner again. Up to him to see if that's good enough. So he's on 14. Andres is on 14. Yeah, that could be an option. Bouncing the Jin and attacking with a two-headed giant, Adelise, and the Academy Drake. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing.
This is what we see now from Robin Dolar. We're going to see some some coin flips, at least in a figurative sense, for the two-headed giant. So
probably there's odds and evens.
So for those who aren't familiar with this card, two-headed giant says whenever it attacks, you flip 2 coins. If they both come up heads, it gains double strike. If they both come up tails, it gains menace.
I think
both of those effects until end of turn.
Nothing.
And yes, there's a good chance, 50% chance that it gets Stone Cold nothing, and just attacks as a 4-mana 4/4.
Right. Just as if he had menace, because he's being blocked by 2 creatures.
So pseudo menace.
Pseudo menace, yeah.
And it's going to trade off there. So a fair trade, 4 mana for a 4 mana. So 4 mana card for 4 mana card.
It's pretty much a 1 in 4 chance. 1 in 4 chances to do something relevant. You just need double strike.
Double strike's pretty bonkers, of course, especially if you've got something like a run amok to really push the point home.
So Andreas with Island, and the Djinn of the Lamp. Island.
Yeah.
That's a lot of islands.
And they have that old Tempest Djinn as well. Now.
You know who would be good against against Zahid, Djinn of the Lamp?
Suleiman the Magnificent.
Exactly.
First of his name. Emperor of the Ottomans. So an attack now with the Davenant Trapper and the Relic Runner.
Pushing 5 more damage.
Back to Dolar, and Nordal is leaning pretty heavily on this this bottle of gin here because he doesn't have too much. He doesn't have any more tonic to follow it up with.
That was a nice draw.
What's he found?
Fiery Intervention.
Fiery Intervention.
Fiery Intervention. So now he can attack with everything and just finish it off, and dealing at least 5 damage.
Nordal on 10.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good deal.
Well, let's see what we can put together. I think I can see a Siege Gang command. I think I can see the right arm of a Siege Gang commander in hand.
I think he's going to play it before attacks. If he plays it before attacks, all his wizards are pumped.
+1/+1.
And Andres has to block. If he does it after attack, he's not threatening lethal, and Andreas can just not block.
So he plays the fiery...
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Plays the Fiery Intervention.
Before attacks. And then Andres will block probably the biggest creature, either Adelise or a Journey Mage. Probably Journey Mage. He would take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He would be on 2. Trade the Journey Mage for the Zahid. And face still 2 flyers.
So generally what we see in situations like this is an attack first, and then a burn spell to finish off a creature. Raph. That would be the typical line of play. Generally, you play your sorcery speed removal that deals damage after you've already had damage marked on a card in this way. But we're going to see Dolar not take the line you said there, Raph.
But I think he's losing at least 2 damage here by not casting it before attacks.
Yeah, of course, because the Adelise pumps nearly the whole team.
Yeah.
Oh dearie me.
Like the only good thing.
Raph just made air quotes for those playing along at home.
Yeah, he would have not blocked, reading Robin without an instant, and then attack back for the win.
So fiery.
If he had so he just straight up lost 2 or 3 damage here.
Fiery Intervention.
Yeah, 2 damage.
Would have priced Nordal into blocking there anyway, so unfortunately for Dolar, perhaps could have pushed through a point or 2 extra there. Anything nice off the top here? Time of Ice for Andreas Nordal. Looks like he's already on the back foot here because Sveinung Bjornerud has indeed lost his first game to Andrej Rutar. So the Slovaks have got a leg up in this match so far. So here's the Time of Ice. Let's check our watches, Raph. Yep, look at that. Cold o'clock.
It's Time of Ice.
Follow-up attack. And now, Dolar on 6, Nordal on 5. This one going right down to the wire here. Cloud Reader Sphinx in Dolar's hand. That's a nice one, in addition, of course, to the powerhouse, Rare, their Siege Gang commander.
I think it's Siege Gang time.
Is it?
Yeah. It's siege time, sorry.
Siege time?
Yep.
5 mana? It is indeed. There you go. My clock was obviously fast.
I'd probably just attack with a... Would I even attack? Yeah, probably. Probably attack with both. Or just one. To put Andreas down to 4 and threaten lethal just with the goblins.
Well, Dollar is going to be able to push through a fair bit of damage now with his Siege King Commander one way or the other.
Attack with both just in case he he's playing around Wrath. Captions, Ship's Mage.
Oh, not Wrath of God.
No, Wrath Capuchin. Just to put Andreas at 4 so he can kill him.
So, Academy Drake comes in. We get a trigger from the Time of Ice now for Nordahl, doing everything he can to hold off this onslaught from Dolar. Dolar very kindly reminds him that the Time of Ice triggers.
Oh, you don't have to. But you don't have to remind.
You can't miss it.
But you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. Yeah, it's not a not a missable trigger. And Nordahl is going to have to pack him up, and with the magic of video editing, we're going to move forward to our next game between Andre Rutar and Svanung Bjornerud. You can see that the Slovenian team is 1-0 against all of their opponents here. They've done very, very well indeed, getting closer and closer to that top 4. So let's see if they can take it home here. We are going to have to mute the stream very briefly here as the top 4 announcement is going on behind us. So bear with us, my friends. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We do thank you for your patience there as the top 4 announcement was made to the hall at large, and seeing as we're right in the middle of it, would have been able to hear that one over the stream, and it would have spoiled the result of this match here between Bjornerud Nordahl and Rutar Dolar Detechnik here.
No spoiler here, but one of the 2 teams made it to the top 4.
One of the top teams did. One of these teams did make it through to the top 4, and you're going to find out right here on twitch.tv/magic. We do appreciate your company throughout this weekend. It's been a terrific weekend of limited Magic, and you've contributed to its success, and we hope we have your company for the rest of the evening as we round out the top 4, featuring, of course, some of the teams that we've already seen. Matthew Fuchs and Fabrizio and Terry and Peter Ward found their way into it. And one of these teams is going to join them there. But which one could it be?
Well, there's an 82% chance. It's a Slovenian team.
82.5%.
81.5%.
81.5%.
The Slovenian team. Are we going to see an upset? Well, we'll know soon enough. You'll know soon enough, because we already know. And you won't believe it, but no spoiler here. Yugmoth Vile Offering. So, Baird is a legendary creature, and it allows Svanung to cast his legendary sorcery, destroying... what did I destroy?
The Caligo Skin Witch,
Witch,
yes. And we get back Tatiova, and that's the real kicker here, because that card is just a B-A-N-A-N bananas here. Baird, in he comes. Sergeant at Arms at his side now. Bjornerud fighting the good fight here. As Andre Rutar messily untaps those lands. Oh my goodness. As lasagna has just been splattered all over the walls as he taps these lands in a very haphazard fashion.
Grun.
The loneliest of kings here. Back to Bjornerud.
Did a lot of work on the Pete Ward side.
Oh, yeah.
Early in that round.
Slammed him into that top 4. No land here for Bjornerud to immediately draw a card from his Tatyova. Spore Crown Thallid. Oh, sorry, Death Bloom Thallid now.
He's going to be able to trim his way through the beard to attack. Never mind. You'll understand later. It's a bad pun.
And it's a Yorgos Vile offering from the other side now.
It's beard all over the place.
Beards all over the place, mate.
Yeah.
It's like a New York barbershop.
Like trimming the way of the beard.
Mm-hmm.
That was my joke, but it's okay.
Trimming through it by paying the 1. Yeah, haircuts are expensive these days, man. Back to Bjornerud now. Finds a land, but that Tatyova is long gone, so too little too late.
The eldest reborn.
So, Rutar's going to have to sacrifice a creature. Not at its best when you're looking at cards like Skittering Surveyor. Hits the bin here. And Bjornerud plays that land, ships that turn.
Also could have sacrificed the Lanor Elf. I don't know if the 9th or 10th mana is relevant here.
Rutar.
Just for an extra point of toughness.
We are going to see now an attack.
You need to pay.
You have to pay for that, buddy.
Pay.
That's going to cost you 1, my friend. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Well, as this is a replay, there's very little we can do to curtail this. Let's hope it didn't actually have an effect on the game. They've figured it out now. Okay, he's going to pay 1. Okay, retroactively. There we go. We got there eventually. We did it.
They heard us. The
Through
call
time.
from the future.
Yeah. This is, of course, Time Walk Magic. It is a replay being brought to you as we set things up for the top 4, which has been finalised. It features one of the teams on your screen right now. And if you wanted to find out which one, you will have to stick with us to see the conclusion of this match between Bjornerud Nordahl, Rutar Dola Detechnik. Rutar here, having a good old think about how he wants to play it. Memorial to Folly. And it looks like we're going to see a Broken Bond on the Eldest Reborn. What do you think of that? Doesn't want his Grun back.
Yeah, I don't actually know. Because there's not much he can bring back from the graveyard.
There's that Tatyova.
Maybe it was... I think I know why.
Okay.
I think all his cards are relevant. And the only card he would have been discarding was the Broken Bond.
Would be the Broken Bond.
So might as well just destroy it. So that's the reason I see. And there's no other target anyway, so...
So Rutar is wanting to protect the cards in his hand.
Yeah.
All right, makes good sense.
No, like not allow a free reanimation, because that's the only thing that the enchantment have done.
Yeah, sure. So he doesn't want to have to discard the Broken Bond for no effect anyway. Yeah.
Since he had the mana to play it, might as well just use it.
May as well. So Rutar now, you'd have to imagine he's got a good grip, considering he is...
Yeah, he protected the rest of his hand.
Doesn't want to discard anything else.
6 mana, Urogos.
You called it, the empty one. So 4/3 flyer here if it deals combat damage. If they have to discard, and if they can't discard, you draw. So it's a tiny little thread here, although at 6 mana it's pretty expensive. How many times have you seen people connect with the empty one?
I lost that card a couple times online.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Drawing a card off, it's pretty hot. Looks like a Nazgul. Look at it go.
Yeah, this is not the kind of lore I can tell you much about. I don't know the names of the Nazgul.
So Bjornerud has got to think about how to deal with this Witch King of Magmar here.
We're going to see the incarnation of famine. Yes, we are.
Torgar. All right.
So he could choose to put Andre back to 10.
Yeah, this is a difficult. This is tricky here because we're going to see the Tatiova come back now with that Memorial to Folly.
How is that tricky?
But is it a May?
No, it's a May.
Up
to 1.
Up to 1. Okay, because I was going to say he either has to, halve his own life total,
you
or
you don't
have to do it. Okay, all right. So less tricky, less tricky than previously thought.
Would have been good with false cure. You don't gain 3, but you lose 3. But we'd have worked with false cure. False cure says instead of gaining life, you lose life.
Okay.
Or maybe you lose double. Well, it's the same thing. So you'd be on 7 and lose 3. We're taking 3. It's false cure.
Okay, yeah. Putting together just
Yeah.
terrific 2-card combos there.
Yeah. Just
Breaking formats left, right, and center, Raphael Levy.
You're welcome.
We'll see what tricks remain up the sleeve of these two players here.
So Spectre is going to connect here. And draw Andre a card. I would imagine.
Bjornrud's got cards to discard. He's got 2 cards.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. The black sleeves on the black table.
Yep.
So it is still going to connect. Just discard, not draw cards.
Still good.
And it's at random.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's something.
Hypnotic Spectre.
Yeah. Something. The first time I was like, yeah. The first time it hit me.
It's like, yeah,
yeah, sure. I can discard my land. What? So why discard the relevant card in my hand?
So here it is.
So discard a card at random. It's only 1 card, so.
Hasn't he got 2? Or is that a bit of tape? There's something shiny just above his right leg there.
That's Yovo coming back. Yep. So that forest was tapped to allow the Spectre to attack. Ooh.
Settle the score here. He's going to exile.
The incarnation of famine.
Let's see what's up now for Andre Ruta. Bjornrud. 1 card in hand now, after having discarded the Soul Salvage. He kind of has to play it here, as he's going to lose it.
Oh, he doesn't have to play it if he doesn't want his opponent to draw.
Oh, that's true. It is still very much a use it or lose it type situation, as we see dueling beards here.
And
the beards are going to bounce off each other.
Andre on 5 now. Ooh, that's...
Oh, and a skittering Surveyor, all right. Get a land. Probably not play it.
Depends. He has a Memorial.
Nope, opts not to play it. He does want to prevent Ruta from being up a draw.
Fortunately, the Memorial is not able to bring much. He only has a Skin Wedge in the graveyard.
Yeah, he can't get back that Torgar because it was exiled. His Grun, the Grun on the other side is exiled to the Castaway for Andre Ruta. You can see it all there. Got permanents. A little bit of a messy situation. Here's Tatiova.
Draw a card, gain a life.
Very, very tidy play here from Ruta.
Ooh.
And grow from the ashes. 1 land. And
1 land, 2 lands. Draw 2 cards, gain 2 life.
Oh, that's actually kind of disgusting.
That's...
Yeah. Oh, dear.
And only cost 3. Because well, it costs 5, but then you get the 2 mana back from
they come into play.
Lands.
They come into play untapped. So, Ruta, it's kind of going off a little bit here.
A little bit, a lot.
A little bit, a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see what else he's got. Let's put something else together here for Ruta, because he's continuing to to get it done, as we see now a Spore Crown Thallid.
So North. So he chose to play the Thallid instead of attacking with Urogos. It's interesting.
Yes, because he would have had to pay the
one, yeah.
The beard tax here.
Okay. But was that really relevant? I guess he wants to keep his life total high enough not to take any stupid risk.
Back to Ruta now, who really needs to sort his basic land game out. Look at this. What a messy boy. Just get his mum on the phone, tell him to clean his room.
Okay, here we go.
All right, pay 1. Attack with this fellow. Discard a land. Bjornerud hasn't got too much going. Ruta, on the other hand, full grip. Draw engine online.
I like the ability of that Spectre. Because once your opponent has no cards in hand, usually your Spectres are just useless.
They're kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But then you start drawing cards. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Attempt Kavu.
Coming down as a 5/5 Vigilance Trample.
An upgraded Kavu Titan from Invasion.
And now, 6 mana.
Sapling Migration. 4 2/2s.
Very, very powerful indeed with that Spore Crown Thallid here. And Andre Ruta edges closer and closer to victory. Can he pull it together? All these lands untapped once again. Off the top. What's he found?
I like how excited he is from his draw. He's so much ahead on the board, but like, what am I drawing? All right.
So Gideon's Reproach.
He's gonna have to go to Plan B, which is attacking with more creatures.
Can't just chip away in the air forever. 4 mana.
Okay,
this is a nice one.
Yeah, to sacrifice all those
all 2/2s.
All the 2/2s.
Okay, and Bjornerud says, well, call.
Get that one too.
He is a Thallid Soothsayer as well.
No sacrifice here.
No,
that was this. The beard is just hiding under the creatures.
And doing a lot of work against the go wide strategy of Andre Ruta here. You'd think he'd want to cash in those little 2/2s for some cards, but he's not. I mean, he's not. It's not easy to attack with the team. It's going to eat big chunks of his mana up.
Never a good sign when your opponent is checking his graveyard.
Yeah.
It's either because they want to know how many lands they drew, or it's because they drew something real good, like a Reanimator spell.
Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Mage.
you'd hope Andre Ruta hasn't drawn a Snapcaster Mage here. But oh yeah, you're playing something against someone in blue in Modern, and they draw, and they look at it, and then they glance at their graveyard, and they try to play it cool.
It's a good way to bluff a Snapcaster Mage as well.
Just have a look at your graveyard.
Yeah.
After having drawn a card.
You draw,
Ooh. It's going to just fan it out subtly.
Yeah.
After having drawn it, your 5th fetch land. Memorial to Unity now draws a card, gains a life for Ruta. I think that's the 5th card he's drawn off his Tachiova.
Is it more? He drew 1 when he played it. He drew 2 when he probably 5.
I think it's 5. And is this it looks like a Sap Herd. Yavimaya Sap Herd, yep. Making a little 2/2 here. And an overwhelming board presence, all held back here by that beard. Although, it wouldn't be the most difficult thing in the world for Ruta to just slam straight through it and just pay the beard tax here. Off the top, Bjornerud. 4 mana. And it is a Quende.
It's hard to see how many creatures Andre has, because they're actually hiding under a pile of creature.
I think we're going to start seeing some cards drawn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures.
I don't know if he's going to draw, because he's going to be limited with the number of cards in his deck.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's drawn a lot of cards.
Lana Rolf hits the bin. Thank you for your service. And that's enough. Yeah, sure. All right. Ruta on 9. Draws another card for his turn.
If he has anything to break the stalemate, he's going to find it.
Lands just replace themselves, though. Like, this is the thing. He goes up to 10, draws another card here. It's very hard to draw badly when with Tachiova.
It's one of them. Song of...
Is that Song of Freylis?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. All right. Okay. Well, this is going to be what pushes things over the edge here for Andre Ruta, because the Song of Freylis, once we hit that chorus, well, everybody in the club is going to hit the floor. Bass going to drop. It's going to be game over. So it's 3 turns away here for Ruta, should he
actually
choose to hit play on the stereo.
Does he have enough mana to attack with all his team once the third verse of the song is played?
Well, this is a free attack, right?
When?
After the third verse.
No, but does he have the mana to attack with everything? Because there's still Baird on the other...
I would have to imagine so. I would hazard the guess at yes.
I don't know. He might have more creatures than lands at this point.
Well, that means he's not attacking with, say, let's say 2.
Yeah, maybe 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's worst case scenario.
Yeah, so Ruta's counting it up. Remember, all of these Saprolings have +2/+2 because of... Or +1/+1, I should say. They're 2/2s because of the Spore Crown Thallid there. The Thallid Soothsayer also benefiting from that, as indeed is the Yavimaya Shepherds, you can see. And you can just see Baird poking out from underneath those that fungal infection he's got there. Really needs to go and get his toes checked.
Fungal infection in the beard, man.
That's super gross. Get down the barber, mate. Get a nice bit of Moroccan oil in there. That'll sort it out. So Ruta, the way forward from our point of view, pretty clear. Play that Song of Freylis.
Pass.
Say go.
Or maybe attack. If he thinks he has it, it's pretty hard for from our perspective to see how much damage is going to go through, because he's moving his creatures around and we'd never know exactly how many he has.
I think it's 13. He's got 7 non-token creatures and 6 token creatures by my count.
There's also... there's a first strike creature on the Norwegian side.
It looks like he's got 13 lands as well.
So if he attacks with the Sporncorn Thallid,
yeah,
it's going to be blocked by Quende, and then the rest of the team loses +1/+1.
So now, Ruta, well and truly taking his time over this. This is he is hitting the tank like a blind goldfish here. This is, I mean, from our perspective, it seems pretty clear, but obviously there's stuff going on that he's not sure about. And as a result, my friends, because of this glacial pace of play, we are going to have to actually wrap this up right here and right now. We're going to bring it back to the booth, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to the tournament floor here at GP Bologna. And we can reveal to you, unsurprisingly, the Slovenians did get across the line after that clean sweep of Game 1's. Rafael Levy, they will find themselves in the top 4, which gives us the liberty now to announce the top 4 once and for all. In first place, as we all expected, the Finns. It is Eloranta, Hooker, and Kuizma on 37 points. Matthew Fulks, Fabrizio Anteri, and Peter Ward in second position. We saw them on the screen. Ruta, Dola, Detechnik just now have got themselves into third, number 3 place as well. And rounding it out, it is Pinto, Miani, and Sajad also on 34 points. A clean cut to the top 4 despite 500,000 draws going on amongst all of the top tables here at GP Bologna.